talk, man. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, Romes. Crack on. Do your thing.
Arsenal, man.
Talk your stuff, my guy.
On, man.
Talk your stuff.
It's a London derby.
Stuff.
Yeah, this weekend it's a London derby. First touch. You get me? First tough opponents. London derby. Yeah? At the Emirates. Fans are there. Okay. It's game on. Last season they beat us home and away. We can't forget that. They beat us home and away. Even with Tuchel there, they beat us. I don't know how. That goal, there's some funny goal they're scoring. Fam, I want to smoke them. I want at least 4 in their net this weekend. I want to go back to the days of Drogba and that. When we go to the Emirates and we know we're winning. 100% we're winning. I want them days back. That's what I want. Yeah, that's what Arsenal beating us home and away. That's unheard of in the league. That was the first time they done
before Abramovich's money, we used to do that regularly. Just let you know.
It's facts. Or are you just talking post Roman era Romes?
Damn right,
bro.
Roman era. We used to smoke you all the time.
Did we knock them out? The Champions League semi-finals without with his money, without Roman's money.
The year before,
it was with Roman's money. You know, Rain Bridge was bought with Roman's money. He scored the winner. Are you sure? 100%. And even that season, we smoked you home and away, and we beat you in the FA Cup. Is that?
Who else did Roman buy that year?
Bloody hell, we bought Glenn Johnson, Joe Cole, Crespo, Radic. Was it Radic? What's his name again?
Let me see. Hold on.
The other guy who was for drugs. What's his name? Romanian guy.
Mutu.
Mutu, who scored in the FA Cup against us. He bought Makelele and he bought Jeremy.
All that year, I think
all
so.
That year, he bought all those players. And apparently, Sven-Goran Eriksson actually recommended them to Abramovich.
Ranieri was there. I thought he came with Jose. No, he came with Ranieri.
No. But what's happened? No. What's happened is that when Eriksson, when Abramovich was buying the club, instead of asking Ranieri, who do you want to buy? He actually asked Eriksson for the advice, because remember there was a time during that season when Eriksson was having private meetings with. 3 years ago, he had a private meeting to take over Sir Alex before he retired, but Sir Alex changed his mind. But during Ranieri's reign, Eriksson was caught in camera with Peter Kenyon and and Bruce Buck, because they're trying to give him a job before they went to Mourinho. Mourinho wasn't your first choice. He wasn't your first choice after Ranieri. It was Eriksson.
Yeah, it was Eriksson. But you see, as Jose beat Alex Ferguson, he knew that was our man. He knew that was his man. He knew. He put money on that contract.
No. That's where you got it wrong. It was in April of that month where Eriksson was caught chatting the job for the Chelsea job, and that was his first strike when he was England manager. And that's one of the reasons why he sacked Eriksson 2 years later, because he was again trying to tout his next job, and they said, right, enough's enough. After the World Cup, you're toast. He done it 3 times. Man United, Chelsea, and then he fell for that fake shake.
Fair enough, but I want smoke. That's all I'm saying this weekend. I'm not trying to hear nothing but smoke. Brentford beat these guys. I don't want to know.
Roman, can I suggest something? It's probably the worst time to play Arsenal, because everyone thinks we're shit, including the fans, pundits. Even the man in the street, doesn't even feel sorry for Arsenal. They're embarrassed for Arsenal. So we've got all that going against us, and that can only galvanise us. And it's not a good time to play Arsenal. If we had beaten Brentford comfortably, then it would have been a good time to play us, because we would have been confident, albeit overconfident. But because we have to win, that's when we're going to be difficult to beat as well, especially on our own ground.
But I feel like this should be Lukaku. Come on, man. I feel like this game here, it's a big statement. It's a statement game. It's a statement game still. That's what I feel like.
Well, you have to win the league this year because everyone's made you favourites. You have to win the league.
Well,
That's
here's
what everyone says. That's what they.
You have to.
everyone
You
wants
have
to
to.
win the league.
You can't. You cannot not win the league because you've got everything in place now. You got the striker. One of the things that Tuchel, he said that probably cost Chelsea was lack of goals. Yeah.
sorry, I hit the sorry, that was my mistake. I hit the mute button by mistake. But go on, Ken. Sorry about that.
What I'm trying to say is that in terms of like the expectations of Chelsea, and this is what big clubs do because you're now considered to be a big club. It's building blocks. First, you win the Champions League, albeit above your expectations of losing Frank. But now you've won the Champions League. You haven't won the league for 5 years. If we get to 2022, so what?
Yep.
So the Holy Grail is because at the end of the day, it's progress. You're not going to be allowed to live off the fact you won the Champions League. You either got to retain it or win the Premiership.
The funny thing is that I think we're going to have the league wrapped up by February.
I don't think so. I disagree. On the point that I think there's some really good teams, and you got potential. A lot of you got more 6-pointers than you would have had when Mourinho was at the club. You got Leicester's potentially a 6-pointer. Man United is definitely a 6-pointer for you guys. Man City's a 6-pointer. Liverpool's 100% a 6-pointer. So in terms of those games, they're very difficult games, both home and away for Chelsea. If you win all those games, you win the league at a canter.
Personally, I make us, and I've said earlier, I think we will be the ones lifting the Premier League trophy this year. I'm pretty confident at that. But looking at this game this weekend, usually it'll be normal for me to start with Chelsea, but I kind of want to start with Arsenal. Ken, how do you think you can win this game? Because my concern is right. Defensively, it doesn't look well coached. You've got the personnel, but it's just not well coached. So, for example, a baffling decision that Arteta made against Brentford was the fact that you've started Ben White in a pairing, and he's never played in a pairing before that. Every time I've seen him play for Brighton, he's played in a back three. Surely he can't make that mistake. We'll start there. Surely he can't make that mistake coming up against Chelsea.
The reason why we bought Ben White is because of his versatility. That he has the ability to play in a back two, because we know he can play in a back three. Ben White was also bought because he's got potential to be a good right back. They said, and plus he could play in a sort of a midfield as well because of his ability to pass the ball from long distances. So what Arsenal say is that they bought potentially a total footballer, and for Arsenal to win football matches and to actually, have a chance to get in the top four, they can't play the back three every game. It's not going to work. It's basically a formation you play against a team like Chelsea and to a certain extent Man City. But if you play it long term, you'll get mullered. You'll get mullered. The only way Arsenal can, do what I want to do, which is get the top four this season and in next year challenge, because that's what a big club should aim for. They have to play 4-3-3. But in that respect, against you, because we've played that system and beaten you 3 times in our last 3 matches successfully, playing a back three, I think that's probably going to be the way to go as well. But no, if Tuchel's got any brains, then if I was Tuchel, first thing I'd do is that I'll say right, front three, and I'll just say to Lukaku and Lukaku and Werner, and probably if you play Pulisic or you play Hayek, I'll just say to all you 3 guys, interchange. Sometimes Lukaku starts on the left, sometimes he starts on the right, and sometimes he starts in the middle. If you play Lukaku up top against our back three, and try to play Werner off, it's not going to work because we're going to know what's coming. Yeah, because we're going to have numbers in the midfield to stop those runs from either Pulisic and Werner. We're going to be ready for that. So, but if you kind of interchange how they play for Belgium, Martinez has Lukaku in certain games. Like remember the game against Brazil in the World Cup where he had Hazard, Lukaku, and what's his name again? De
Dries.
Bruyne.
Was it De Bruyne? Okay.
Yeah, De Bruyne. So what's happened is that Lukaku actually started on the right-hand side.
Right.
And then all three of those players interchanged. You know what I mean? And then so that is a way, which that is going to be my fear, that Tuchel's going to kind of work us out that way. But if you play with Lukaku up top of his zone, we're going to be very comfortable, and we may fluke a win against you.
Rubs, we can't hear you.
He's muted himself.
I think you've muted yourself, Rums.
No, he's not muted.
No.
I think ask him to come in and out again, because I think he needs to use earphones. He's
got earphones in.
Oh right, but is he on the Wi-Fi? Is he on his mobile? Because if he goes for the Wi-Fi, it's a stronger signal for him.
He's definitely on the Wi-Fi. It can't hear you to the headphones, Romes.
I can't find my AirPods.
Oh, there you go. We can hear you now.
Nah, I put my AirPods in.
Romes, we can hear you perfectly now.
All right, cool. 1 second. You not hear me?
Yeah, perfect.
All right, cool. I was gonna say, I don't think the invitation thing doesn't even matter. I feel like we're just Arsenal's defense ain't just not physical enough. They're not ready for the physicality we're gonna bring. And Lukaku is the pinnacle of physicality.
Is he fresh though? Remember, he's playing in the Euros.
He's training. He's fresh.
All the players who've come back from the Euros haven't looked fresh.
No, he's fresh. Don't worry. He doesn't even need to be fresh.
I'm just going by Saka, and I'm going by the players that played for Grealish and Sterling. Didn't look fresh when I played.
A couple of his Instagram clips. He's been training behind closed doors, but that's neither here or there. I feel like none of your centre backs are physically strong enough to hold this man if he's backing up on them.
But that's the thing. If we don't, if you know it's his strengths and his strengths is to spin you, then what you do is you give him 2 yards, let him run at you, and that's more effective.
You can't because Chelsea like to. We play the balls a lot across the opposition's box before we get into the box. If we have Lukaku in your box holding on to one of your defenders and we play it to his feet, it's trouble. It's trouble.
Well, yeah, Pulisic and Werner would be beneficiaries.
Yeah, but it's trouble. So I feel like Arsenal have nothing for us, man. I'm not gonna lie, man.
You said that's what a lot of Arsenal fans thought last season at the Bridge, and especially when we got thrashed by Man City in the FA in the League Cup before the Boxing Day fixture. We thought you would thrash us, but we
were meant to thrash you. We didn't have the striker. We had.
But the thing is, every time you've been made overwhelming favourites like you are now, it only motivates us. It only motivates us.
It's true, but
this is not Frankie Lampard. This is not. Yeah, this is business.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I think what will help Chelsea is that there's a climate of fear at the Emirates. There's genuine concern, trepidation. Everyone thinks that the whole world's ended because we lost it at Brentford, and it was really a really bad performance. And the knives are out for Arteta. The minute if you were to get a goal up and make it difficult for us, I genuinely believe that you'll win the game because I think the players are going to be told by the crowd that we ain't having this and we're going to go after it. It's going to be personal, and that may help Chelsea.
I think as well, you're facing a different Chelsea now because the fact that we are European champions, that I imagine does a lot for confidence. We just come off the back of the Super Cup win. I imagine that does a lot for confidence. And then the fact that we've just signed the world-class striker who was because people seem to forget this isn't his first stint. This isn't his first stint at Chelsea Football Club. This is his second. So in terms of
the first stint was forgettable.
I mean, yeah. Admittedly, yeah, it was, and I was disappointed that he even left in the first place. But this is a striker that's coming back, and the embedding process and settling in process is pretty much cut by half. What's left for him is to really just understand the system of football being played. And from what I've seen, the evidence from Thomas Tuchel, going back to the first game he managed against Wolverhampton, you could see that this man has a talent to be able to get his message across simply and for the players to understand.
Talk
So
that
this, so this is why no. This is why I say it's a different Chelsea side you're facing. The mentality is different. We have the players as well, and then if the situation occurs where where you're playing the back five, because that has been, like you said, that's been your successful formation. You've got to understand that we now have the players with the intelligence to break that down. Because if you look at the past few games that we've played, and teams have sat back, we've welcomed it. Crystal Palace is a prime example. They thought that they were going to sit back and we were going to have no ideas because we had the same front three as we did last season. But in all actuality, we was able to pull them apart, find the spaces and break them down. It might be a similar situation with Chelsea, and it's going back to my concerns with the whole coaching situation at Arsenal. It's not so much that the personnel is that terrible that they're putting in performances. They just don't know what they're doing in their role.
Yeah, but that's the thing. And that's the thing I want to get to. My beef with Arteta is that when you manage a big club, and especially a club that was in turmoil because of the Arsenal fans forced out Unai Emery, the clever managers think, right, for now, what I need to do is I need to start winning games and salving this season. So what you do is you get a style of play, all right, that is clear to every player involved, and you say, right, I'm going to get these guys to do what they're good at. I'm going to forget what they're not good at because I need results. And I need them like yesterday. So it's a case. So you're basically giving people sweets. If you start giving, like for instance, you think about Tuchel. First time he came to Chelsea, your club, right? It was all about him winning matches.
Yeah.
It wasn't about him changing, styles of getting the sort of whiteboard out and start, putting down instructions. He knew that he needed to start winning matches. He knew his remit was to get in the top four. And get the top four. But he exceeded expectations because when you guys got in the habit of winning matches and winning them well, all right, you didn't score 3 or more goals under him in the league. But your confidence went up because you're winning matches.
Yeah.
Because he broke it down, simplified what was required. Players who didn't do it, he said, all right, Callum, I substitute you early because you're not doing what I want, but I still love you and you're going to be playing next game. And he got Callum back inside. He simplified everything he did.
Exactly.
You look at the results. Look at results. Anfield. Liverpool played. Liverpool made the stupidity of playing two holding midfielders, probably the best in the system, best on the system, and base in defence. So what happened is that you can't press teams, and all teams did, and Tuchel worked it out. Ball over the top. Getting behind, Mason Mount, 1-0, game over, shut shop. He recognised that pretty quickly. Now, Arsenal, we don't have that. We have a manager who still thinks, and it's deludedly, that we're in a transitional stage. We've got to trust the process. Sorry, if I was to tell you right now, if I say you and Romer are Arsenal managers, I said to you, look, I'm going to give you much time as possible, right? Just call me a liar to my face because I'm not giving you anything. I want you to start winning matches. Because if I've sacked a manager when you've got about 20 or 30, 20 games to go, there's enough time for you to get back in the top four. So you've got to win. Arteta, it thinks that he could just, 1 minute play a back three, 1 minute is 4-3-3, and then 1 minute he's he's pressing and he's getting men behind the ball. I mean, the tactics change all the time. He seems to be more concerned with proving that he's a talented coach that everyone talented him rather than getting football results. Football hasn't changed over the last 40 years. All right? All this, when people talk about gegenpress by Klopp, bollocks. Saki was doing that 30 years ago with AC Milan. I know that because I watched the games. And guess what? Guess where Saki first learned how to do pressing football? He went and watched the Scottish, like under 21s in the 70s with Andy Rochford to learn about pressing football. And he brought that into his philosophy.
That's
so
interesting.
All this gegging press you hear about, it's rubbish.
It's just been repackaged, isn't it?
It's repackaged. Back three. Oh, yeah. Didn't England play with a back three in World Cup 1990? Wasn't Glenn Hoddle playing with a back three and wing backs in 98? So all I'm trying to say, right, it's about clear and identifying play. Yes, the only thing that's changed over the last 40 or 50 years is the fitness in players. That goalkeepers are no longer 6 foot. They've got to be 6'5" because, they have to be elastic and it makes them harder to beat, and it makes them harder to score penalties against. That's all that's changed. Physicality, diets, all the tactics, formations never change. I promise you. Watch the tapes back. Watch them.
It's a simple game. I always say football is a simple game, and it should just be explained simply in its simple terms. That's the way. That's the best way to get. That's the best way to get the message through to the players. Now, Rome's going into this game, how do you see Chelsea lining up? Sticking with the back five, do you see any faces coming back into the lineup after Palace?
Okay, cool. Mendy in goal. I think Thiago Silva comes back this game. Actually, he don't. I don't think Thiago Silva comes back this game. It will be the same back three.
I was gonna say
same back three. Right wing back. I would like to say Callum, but he's probably gonna play Cesar. You get me?
No Reece.
I don't think he'll bring in Reece yet. If Reece just come back from I feel like he's gonna take time to bring in Reece. Because Reece played the game the other day, innit? He might bring in Reece because he played the game against Weymouth the other day. He bagged the best goal that they stole.
What Chalobah?
He has to. He's a must. He has to.
He played in the back three.
He scored a goal, or because he could defend.
Nah, he's a baller. He can
defend. He's a baller, man.
He can defend.
Boy, man. I went to my school. I know about this boy. That's my Trevor. But yeah, left wing back. You got to play Alonso. Alonso will give them guys nightmares.
What about Chilwell? What's Chilwell?
Chilwell needs to see Alonso score a couple more goals and do a couple more.
See that it's ironic because it was only a year ago that Alonso was public enemy number one under Big Frank, and Chelsea fans, took turns to criticise him regularly. Now he's the man again.
Because we were playing him in the back four. Lampard was persistently playing this man in the back four, and it's like I was saying, Marcos Alonso is the best wing back in Europe, but at the same time, he's the worst left back in Europe. That's the situation with him. If you give that guy the wing, right, as a wing back, you better not give him any space. Just don't you dare give him any space, like the way Palace was giving him space. And if you give him a set piece, especially on that right side where he can hit the in-swinger, anywhere within 30 yards, you're in trouble.
I hate Marcus Alonso. He always scores against Arsenal, both at the Bridge. I was at the Bridge when we were 2-0 down, and then Mkhitaryan and Iwobi made it 2-2. We were going berserk, and then 5 minutes ago, bloody Marcus Alonso.
He's that guy, He done it against Man City as well. Yeah, man. Hey, Marcus Alonso is that guy. If we can get anywhere close to his form in that last season, we won the title. Then I'm sorry, we've got probably the best left wing back in Europe. To be honest with you,
see that's a bit of an irony. And what does that say to Ben Chilwell, who you spent a lot of money to the extent that you actually unsettled them at Leicester to come and to actually get into Chelsea? You paid about, was it nearly 60 million? So where does Ben Chilwell play? As Alonso's the answer. Where does he play?
He's a left back. He
can't play left wing back then.
He can.
He's not a better left wing back than Alonso. It's clear to see.
That's the only thing.
But the best teams in the world are playing 4-3-3. They're not playing with a back three.
That's what I'm trying to say. If we play 4-3-3, I guarantee you Chilwell's playing left back. I guarantee you.
100%. Yeah, 100%. You can't see Alonso.
Then Alonso, there's no way he's playing left wing back over Alonso. It's not happening.
But Rose, finish your lineup. We didn't get to finish your lineup. Midfield.
My midfield. Nangolo on Jorginho. Nangolo on Jorginho. Yes. Them two in the midfield. Nightmares. It's gonna be nightmares. I'm just telling you. Oh my God. Anyway, and then the front three, I'll go for. You know what it is? I'll keep Mount on the bench for this one. Starting lineup: the front three: Havertz, Werner, and Lukaku.
Oh.
What? Who did you say?
Havertz, Werner, and Lukaku.
You know what? There's something about Havertz, right? That I got it. You know, in the second half, the first half of the season, I said, "Oh bloody, I'm not Mesut Ozil again." But the second half of the season, when he had space, I got it. I understood. And in the Euros, I got it. Oh, you know, when England played Germany in the last 16, he was actually the player that I thought could win the game for Germany. I get it. I get it now.
Havertz, this guy is unbelievable. You see when it comes to finding space, you see when it comes to just like his overall intelligence, his quickness, and the irony is this, he looks like he moves slow, but his brain moves like 3-4 times faster than everybody else on the field. I promise you that. He's just that guy. He sees things. Gone.
If this boy doesn't win the Ballon d'Or before his career is ended, something's wrong.
Well, they said that about Mesut Ozil. They said that about Mesut Ozil.
Yeah, his name's already in folklore, but I think Chelsea's the right club. His name's already in folklore. He's won us the Champions League. This boy, the thing about this boy, he makes the simplest thing look so good. He does the simple things. He does the simple things. Like he will play a person in, and he will make it look simple. He will make it look so simple.
You know, I think what I like about him,
he makes the simple things look so good. He makes football look he makes football look easy. And when he's trying, it's scary for other teams. Because when he's trying, he makes it look easy. But when he's trying, just look what happened to Real Madrid. He made Varane and Ramos look like he was playing against a championship side. Both legs. Both legs. He made both of them look like you wouldn't believe that's the Varane that Man United brought right now. What Havertz did.
What about in the Euros?
When he's trying, in the Euros,
I thought he was Germany's best player in the Euros.
In the Euros. He was the best player for Germany in the Euros, and he was 21.
Yeah, the problem is with Havertz is it's also impossible to pick him up. If any coach even says to their defender, "Man, mark him," you're just asking for trouble. There's no point. You can't.
What's CH though? CH has had a good pre-season for you
guys.
He's
injured, isn't it?
He's injured again.
Yeah, he's got a bad injury. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because he come off against. Who did he come off against? It was against Spurs. No, it was against Villarreal we came off. Yeah, that's right. Villarreal.
Yeah, they're saying it's an anterior dislocation.
On the shoulder.
On the shoulder, yeah. And it looked painful. The poor guy was screaming on the field and everything. They had to give him gas. So
he was on fire, before he had got that knock.
Yeah, exactly. He was to me, I said it on TROOPZTV. I said by far he was the player that most impressed me because because people were saying, oh, he's not built for this system and Tuchel don't fancy him. I just knew it was a matter of time before, a pre-season where Tuchel could sit down with him and have some one-to-one and say, right, listen, Ziyech, I know what your skill set is. This is how you're going to do it this season, and this is what I want you to do. And you saw the results of that. I mean. He's starting to play them crosses from deeper again. Because when he first came, that's what he was doing. He just used to hit them crosses in from.
Well, yeah, just big. I always thought that he played. I thought that of all the players that last season under Big Frank's tutelage, I thought the players that that played well, or last season was CH, and obviously Mason Mount, which is it's remarkable because I look at you get Arsenal fans that said, oh. We don't want to sign this player because it's going to, kind of halt the progress of Smith Rowe. I said, well, hang on here. Chelsea have probably spent about £200 million on 3 players that can potentially keep Mason Mount out of the game, but Mason Mount still fought and kept his place, and for England. So I said, so I say to Arsenal fans, well, it's tough, SHIT. If Smith Rowe's good enough, he'll play. And I don't want this nonsense, because I want to win. That's what I like about Chelsea. I hate your guts at the club, because you've taken everything away from me. You've taken, in terms of my hopes away from me, in terms of like winning the 2 Champions League. That hurts me deeply, and it's a disgrace to me. The leagues and the way you just come to our grandsons to boys us up, that's humiliating. But I admire it, because your mentality, you have to win. A draw's no good enough. None of this rubbish where you've got some romantic fans who think, win, draw, lose, everyone on the booze. I'm not about that. I'm only interested in winning. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. As are most football fans, every football fan. Another thing that I wanted to ask you is that you have a selection issue with your front three. What's his name?
I was wondering when
Aubameyang
you going to get to that.
And
I was wondering
Lacazette.
when you get to that.
Romes, you want to get in on this one as well? I think your mic is muted.
That is hilarious.
What happened?
No, we was talking about Lacazette and Aubameyang not being available for selection.
They'll both be ill. They're probably living together.
These guys, Batty and Bench, man.
Pardon?
Batty and Bench, they're friends, and they do everything together.
So right. I can understand. I could just probably understand what you're getting to, but on a serious level, it's questionable that these players played all the pre-season, albeit Aubameyang didn't score a goal, and they looked pretty fit. In the last game against Spurs, then all of a sudden they become ill. I just find it extraordinary when the club doesn't elaborate on the fact that there's both players are ill. They should have said COVID. And then yesterday we get something that there was a big COVID outbreak at Arsenal, and the game against Brentford was in jeopardy. I mean, you can read a lot into this, but at the end of the day, if Arteta has lost a dressing room and he's alienated Aubameyang and Lacazette, well, I say it's a great respect. He hasn't got the collateral of good results to start saying it's my way or the highway. He's just taking Whitman. You know what I mean? And if he's doing that, then there's only going to be one winner, and it won't be him. No, seriously, won't be him, because if this was, say, Tuchel right now at Chelsea, needs a couple of players, he's got the currency, the collateral, winning the Champions League plus good results. But Arteta doesn't have that. So when you're trying to crack the whip, you've got to get people on side.
Yeah.
And you've got to say, right, they got to want to like playing for you, and they got to love and be attracted to the fact that they're going to be winning games. Now, if we're not winning matches and there's difficulties, the first thing that the players would do was protect their arse and blame the manager and save their own skins. So he's trying to. If he's fallen out with Aubameyang and Lacazette, then it says more about him than them. Because at the end of the day, we need them more than him. And we know that if we've got another manager, if we lose against Chelsea, lose against West Brom, and lose against Man City, there's enough time for a bigger name manager who's going to do what a proper manager does and just say, right, I'm here to get results. My remit is to get the top 4, not try and start a process. There is a process at a big club. Don't care what anyone says. There's not a process at Liverpool, Man United, Arsenal, and now Chelsea, because you have to win. You have to win the league every year.
That's the aim, minimum for those clubs.
And if the second one's challenging, the other's top 4. If you don't support I don't support Portsmouth or Plymouth, so I don't want to listen to these idiots who say, "Oh, you shouldn't be entitled to success."
That's nonsense. That's absolute nonsense.
That's losers. They're losers, and they have no interest in the club progressing, they're actually quite selfish as well, because it's like they don't want any young fan coming up to have the memories of the Invincibles or the two doubles. You know, they just want to say, "Oh, I was there, tough shit." You know, like the selfish idiots who like to parade themselves. Like, "Oh, I was there when England won the World Cup in 1966," and you see all these players who won the World Cup in '96 getting paraded out. I want to see them. I want to see, because when I see them, it means England haven't won anything for 55 years and counting.
Yeah.
It's the same. Like it's the same when you see legends at Chelsea. You know, before Abramovich, they used to see people like, you still see them now, but these guys were real pride. You know, God bless his soul, the late Peter Osgood.
Yeah.
Eddie McCready.
Yeah.
Alan, you know, like Hudson. You know, like Hudson. Alan Hudson. And you've got players like Bobby Tamblyn.
Legend.
Paul Cannavale, right?
Yeah.
But right now, you've evolved from that, because you're not living off that, because you've got recent memories of success. And I want that for Arsenal. I demand it. I don't want to look in the past. You don't need to tell me about the Invincibles. I was there. But what Arsenal have done is that they've done what we did in '71, lived off the double in '71, and we're living off the Invincibles. And the only way is downward spiral, and the only losers are Arsenal, because when our standards have dropped, and it can't be allowed to happen at the football club.
Kenny, what's your lineup for this weekend?
Easy, Leno in goal. If we're going to play the back three, we're going to say Chambers at right wing back. Left wing back is probably going to be Kieran Tierney, and our back three is going to be White, Holding, and Mari. Midfield is going to be Lokonga and Xhaka, and the front three is going to be Pepe, Saka, who we're going to have to rush back. And if Lacazette ain't fit, it's got to be the man Balogun.
Oh, the young Balogun.
We've got no choice because
Eddie
Nketiah's injured. You know, Martinelli just cannot play centre forward. It'd be like a baby playing against your back four or back five with him up front. I'm sorry. And I say this, I know I like Martinelli, but I want more from him. I don't want to.
Oh, we lost Kenny Ken for a sec.
I don't want people.
Oh, Kenny Ken, you gotta come back in. Romes, do you think there's enough? Do you think there's enough there from Arsenal to actually do any damage?
Yeah.
Oh, you're on mute again. You gotta unmute.
On the Shangiri thing, they can. You feel me? Definitely on the Shangiri thing, they can do a thing like, you know what I mean? Because obviously, like I said, Gino can always be on with Arsenal, man. There's some Ginos, man.
There we go. We got Kenny Ken back. Do we have audio? We can't hear you though, Ken. Oh, there he goes again. So yeah, where do you think Arsenal can get at us though?
I'll say.
Sorry about that. Someone rang me.
No problem. So, Rome, on that phone call, while you was on that phone call, Rome said that one place you could get us is if you take set pieces, because set pieces we haven't had the best track record in defending them. Obviously, new season remains to be seen. But
you know why I beg to differ. Have you sold Zuma yet? Because he's. In terms of like set pieces, he seems to be like your most competent defender on set pieces, both in the attacking sets defensively.
Well, chances are Zuma probably won't start. I'm going to agree with Roma and go with the fact that he's probably going to select the same back three.
Is he going to Tottenham, Zuma?
I fucking hope not.
I
Fucking hope not.
like planting these little seeds, man, innit?
I've got a Zuma 5 shirt as well, so that would just absolutely destroy me. I love
Come
Zuma.
on. How many times have I told you guys, never get attached to a player, never put their names in the back. It's always about the club.
No, it's true. It's true. So what I started doing anyway is that with the new shirts, I put like the legends' names at the back. So like this one, I had Jogba on it because there's safe because it's insurance.
Not Osgood or Bobby Tamblyn.
Hey, listen, those guys are before I was even born, so I can't really claim that. Yeah, I can't claim that. I can't claim that. So, all right, I'm gonna start with you, Ken. Give me your score prediction for the game, and we're gonna move to Rome's.
Look, you 2-1 Chelsea.
2-1. Okay, Rome's. What do you think?
I'll say 4-1.
Do you know, Rose? You know if that scoreline happens, do you know the anarchy that's going to happen at the ground? Do you know you're going to see, if you go on YouTube, you're going to see Arsenal fans fighting amongst themselves? You do know that if that result happens, there's going to be complete and utter anarchy.
I think it's going to be 4-0 Chelsea.
You don't even need to watch it on TV. It's going to be anarchy in the ground.
We don't concede. We don't concede.
I'm telling you, if
especially you'll have to be sacked if we lose by that scoreline.
Because you know what I'm saying? We played him in the preseason, yeah. He near enough had his full team out, and we beat them with like our C team.
Ooh.
So, now we've got Lukaku coming in. We've got Havertz coming in. Oh my God, Werner.
But Romer, reputations don't win football matches. Reputations.
But we're here for blood this season. We want blood.
I don't know. I think if you base your season on Arsenal, then you won't win the league.
No. You're just
you've got other teams to beat.
No, you're just one of many.
Is that you Chelsea fans at Arsenal now? You don't worry about us, man. We just
honestly, Ken, listen. You're gonna think that it's an arrogant thing that we're saying. I'm not worried about nobody. I'm not worried about Man City. No, I'm not worried about them because you know what? For the first time since Antonio Conte won us that league, yeah. I am only concerned and confident in what Chelsea can do. And if you have that mentality, you haven't got to worry about everybody else.
I respect that. I understand that.
I'm not scared of no one but Messi and PSG. That's it. That is it. And they're in Champions League. In the Prem, I don't fear no one. I feel like every team is going to get a whooping this season. And they're all going to deserve
it. On paper, yeah, but you know what you spend on on players and what you see on paper doesn't translate in the match. In fact, I think teams are going to raise their game against Chelsea because of the fact that you're a scalp.
Yeah, champions
not the biggest
scalp.
Man City will always be a bigger scalp than you because of what they've done over the last few years, and maybe Liverpool will be a bigger scalp as you, and Man United because it's Man United. So there's going to be a lot of teams who are going to be either scared of you or going to try and kick you off the park.
No, agreed. That's usually how it goes. But
you know what I'm saying to you? The whole league is scared of us. The whole league
really
was on their sofa. Listen, the whole league was on their sofa where we beat the champions of so-called England. Yeah, so-called England in the last 4 years. Yeah, we knocked them out the FA easy. Everyone thought, the Champions League. Watch, Pep's got something up his sleeve. No. The Champions League is coming back to London.
Look, bro,
it's coming back to London.
All right, this is what I'm going to say, right? I'm not a hater, but Pep's formation helps you win that game. That formation where he played all these like I said, artistes, where he didn't leave any of them on the bench and he played his hand, was game over because the minute you guys outrun Man City and blunted them, they had no game changer to come on. He handed that game to you guys on a platter, on a plate.
Listen, that's a man that's been managing for years. He's won Champions League in that.
Yeah, but
that's not. He had no answers. That was a man.
Because he played. Yeah, because he Yeah, I know why he had no answers because basically he played his hand. Which manager plays all their creative match winners in a game and then has none that come off the bench? I mean,
A
who does
manager
that?
that's under pressure, and
He
he's
wasn't
under pressure again.
He won a league at a canter.
No,
Bruv,
but
he's
you
under
know
pressure
you know
again.
the Champions League is what they wanted.
Oh,
Though.
I
You know
didn't
that's what they
hear
wanted.
you, but you guys sucked him out because of you guys sucked him out, innit? You guys sucked him out because of the game at Etihad in the FA Cup semi-final. But
No, man, we beat them 3 times in a row. They have no answers.
yeah. And don't get me wrong, but when I saw that formation that Pep played in the Champions League final, I was aghast. I went, huh? I said even on my Twitter that you guys are winning because that's just too open. That was ridiculous.
FA Cup, he thought he had us. He lost. And then he thought, okay, Premier League game, let me try something. He lost. So on the finals, he's like, God damn. I gotta throw everything at these.
Big mistake.
Throw the sink at us. And what happened?
Big mistake.
He lost again. That's
big mistake.
Everyone in the league better lay down or get down. That's what I'm saying this season.
That's a good mentality to have, but it's just great mentality to have. It really is. But you know, if you win home and away against Tottenham, which you probably do anyway, but
I reckon we will comfortably.
Yeah, but if you win home and away against Man United, Liverpool, and Man City, then you deserve to win the league.
Those teams,
we're playing all these games. Everyone don't act like when everyone saw Chelsea's fixtures when the season opened. Everyone looked at our fixtures to see who's Chelsea playing because we're the champions of Europe, right?
Yeah, but you're not the champions of England though, and that's the thing. You're not the champions of England. Man City. I need to remind you, Man City, the best team in the country, not you. You're not the best team in the country.
We're the best team in Europe.
But it's a cup competition. You're not playing the league.
Kenny,
it's a league.
Would you rather be the best team? Would you rather be the strongest man in England or the strongest man in Europe? You tell me.
I'll be the stronger man in England because I've proved 38 times I'm the best.
In England? But then what about when you're playing? So you don't want to conquer Europe?
I've done the marathon, not the sprint. You
won the sprint. Europe.
You won the sprint though. You won the sprint. You won 7 matches. You won 3 groups. You won virtually 7 matches. Man City won 38 games to be the best.
I'm coming to conquer England as well, though.
Yeah, but 38 against 7. 38 against 7.
We'll do. Listen, I think this year is different. Anyway, I reckon this year is a different year. We'll pick up that consistency of the 38 games. I think out of all of the teams that you mentioned there, I reckon we do. Listen, I think we do the double on Man City.
One game at a time. One game at a time. You can't go to Buckingham Palace before you've gone to you've got to Shepherd's Bush, and then from Shepherd's Bush you go to Golders Green. You can't.
Hey,
you know what
Kenny,
I mean?
let me tell you something. Yeah, you see when Chelsea beat Atletico Madrid in the Champions League in the first leg, I said we're winning the Champions League. No one wanted to listen to me. I got the same answers, and look what happened. I have I'm telling you, I reckon we'll do the double on Man City this year. Liverpool, I reckon I fancy them more favourites than City. To be completely honest with you,
so do I.
One there might be tough. I reckon we do him at the bridge, though. I still think we do him at the bridge.
What about Man United?
That's another banana skin. But I'll say this. I reckon they get beat at the bridge. We might share points at Old Trafford, but for them to beat us, if we score first at Old Trafford, forget it. They're not getting 3 points.
Yeah, but the thing is, all right, the only way Chelsea are going to win the titles if you make when Chelsea win titles, Stamford Bridge is a fortress. It was a fortress under Mourinho. Remember, you didn't lose a home game for 4 years. It was a fortress under to a certain extent. It was a fortress under Ancelotti. It was definitely a fortress under the good guy Conte. If you make Stamford Bridge this season, you have half a chance. Chelsea are always strong when their home form is impeccable.
Yeah, I can see. I can see it, and I can see it happening early as well. Because look, we're playing you at the Emirates, right? This weekend, and then the following we've got. Do we have Liverpool next?
Yes, I hope they thrash you.
Oh, and here's another thing: is I quite like playing the bigger teams early in the season. Hold on, Rome's, we can't hear you. You're on mute. Take yourself off mute.
Hey, listen. You know what? Listen, I've seen our fixtures. This is why I'm talking like this. I'm telling you, it's a get down or lay down. First is Arsenal. We're gonna Liverpool. Okay, we got Man City in about 2 games. Okay, and then when we beat every single one of these teams early, they're gonna realize Chelsea's winning the league this season. Still, I'm not gonna lie.
One game at a time. As I said to Man Football, you guys are on the bus 14 at Fulham Broadway. The next stop on the bus 14, right? Isn't it used to be the Putney Bridge to Hornsey Road, Hornsey Rise, the bus 14. That's our cloak. That's where, because sometimes I used to you can get a bus from where I grew up all the way to Chelsea's ground and Fulham's ground. So all I say is a bus journey. All right. Before you get to the Hornsey Rise, you've got to get past the next stop, which is Sloane Square. You can't get before you get to Hornsey Rise. You've got to take one game at a time. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Remember this day. I've said it.
Of course. It's a prediction time. It'd be nice to get back to it, but you haven't won the league yet. You haven't won the league yet. You've only played one game.
30 points.
We have to wait and see. We have to wait and see. That's the interesting thing about football is that predictions are fun, but they're more fun when they come true.
Facts.
No. You see what it is with me, yeah? When I'm usually confident like this, I don't usually come out like this usually.
I know. You've got every right to be confident because of the squad.
No. When I'm usually confident like this, we win the league. No cap.
So you weren't confident last season?
I actually don't think there's a team in England that we can go toe to toe. And they're going to...
Question I want to ask you then. You won the league in 2005 and 2006 retaining it. In 2007, were you confident that Chelsea win the league then? Because Man United won 3 times in a row.
The wheels fell off.
Mourinho was gone.
But what I'm trying to say is Man United won the title 3 times in a row after your 2-year domination. And if you look at the way you've won the league, you seek to win the league in 5-year cycles, with the exception of when you won it in 2015 and 2017. So it's another 5-year cycles. In between that, you've won loads of trophies, League Cups, FA Cups, and 2 Champions Leagues. But in terms of like the domination that you should be having the money, you've never really been able to do that. I could say Man City have gazumped you in that way.
This is the domination coming.
Yeah, but are you gonna win the odd league and not win it after 3 or 4 years? Or you?
No.
Because you're gonna dominate.
It's gonna be a dominant stage. I'm telling people now. I'm letting people know now. There's no way.
Yeah, but you're gonna do the domination like Man United and Liverpool did in the 70s, 80s, and the Premiership area, because that's what a big team is. Man City are attempting to do that.
They're not a team like when Man City won the league. Like I said, it took Pep like two seasons before he.
You look how he won the league, 100 points, and the next season 98 points, 198 points in 2 seasons. That's levels that Chelsea need to get to.
Yeah, he spent a lot of money, and then times there people weren't keeping up. I can remember the squad we had that year. All these funny Maratas and losing out on Diego, and then Kepa wants to go to Spain. If Diego stays, Courtois stays, it's dominant. Everyone knows this. It's dominant. You're not talking because in a 3-year stint, we won it twice. And if they stay, it's dominant. It's like, come on, things that have happened to us, it's like when we're trying to get dominant football, something happens. And then like Jose leaving, or
it's never affected you like it affected Arsenal. You still, whenever Chelsea sack a manager, let's look at it organically. 2012, you sacked Viers Bush. What happened? You won the FA Cup and Champions League. You sacked Big Frank. You won a Champions League. Chelsea always recover from sacking a manager. You always end up with a pot in May. Every time Chelsea go to tournament, by May, I was always seeing John Terry go up the steps to get a trophy, right or wrong.
No, so yeah. It's just. Go on, Romes. Yo, you're on mute, bro.
I said, I hear it, but I don't think there's a team in England like Man City getting Grealish was a big mistake.
Why?
Big mistake.
He's a top player.
He is, but it's not what he needed.
You not say top player. This is what I don't like.
He may still. All right. If Man City get Kane, how would you feel? How would you feel? Man City get Kane. What would you say then?
No, Kenny, why? Why are you going to tell
No,
me?
I'm just asking a question. If Man City get Kane, what would you say then? Because you've alluded to the fact that Man City need a striker. If they get the best striker in the world, it's in England. It's Harry Kane.
I'm still not fussed.
Me scared of. They can get Harry Kane. I hope they did. I thought they were going to get him sooner. I thought he was going to be here before Lukaku, to be honest. But anyway, like they can put 150 on him. Get him. I don't care.
Well, what if Man United get Harry Kane? And Man United get Harry Kane when they've got players like Fernandes, Pogba, they'll scare teams. They'll give you a run for your money.
This is my thing about Man United. They've got a better finisher than Cavani, and they also have Mason.
34, he's 34 though, isn't it? His value.
He still knows where the goal is.
Yeah, but can he play 38 games?
No, but then you can play Greenwood down the middle.
True. But if Harry Kane's available, what would you do?
If I'm Man United, I'm not even buying him because I think Greenwood will turn out to be the better striker than
him. Yeah, but you need to win the league. You haven't won the league in 8 years. So let's remember we're in a results business. So I'll ask you that again.
If I'm Man United, if I'm Man United, yeah, then I'll sign him. If I'm Man United,
exactly.
All right, cool. Here I was saying, Eddie, we gotta go back to that. You said Grealish is a what?
I think he's a top player in the making. I never said he was a top player. I knew you heard the word top player and that you weren't listening to in the making. I was ready for that.
Kenny,
I heard that.
Say in the making.
I could see where you were going with that.
How old is Grealish?
25. Hasn't reached his peak yet. Hasn't reached his peak.
Grealish, all right, cool.
Yeah, but he's in a side where where they're going to be dominant on the ball, and if he improves his output in terms of goals scored, that's a top player.
He just got signed for the world record transfer fee in English football ever, 100M, and the guy has not scored more than 10 goals a season.
But he's playing a better team though. He's going to play a team that's going to have more than football. So Sterling, when he was at Man City, his goal outputs increased because they're dominant on the ball. That's what normally happens.
Goalpost now.
I'm not moving the goalpost. It's what exactly happened. Sterling's goal output is increased since he's got Man City because of the way Man City played.
Okay. Fair enough.
Man knows football. Help me out here, man. Help me out here.
No,
I will. I'm just trying to see what Rome's rebuttal is first before I jump in. But go on, Rome's, and I'll get an answer. Go on.
Like Grealish ain't half the player of Pogba. They think Grealish is. They think Grealish is Pogba. He's not Pogba. He ain't half the player of Pogba. He ain't half the player of Pogba.
But he's got a chance. A top team to take his game to a different level.
No.
Here's what. All right, Rome's. All right. Here's what I will say. I'll throw my 2 pence. Right. I'm gonna start off with a little bit of my view, which is City. They spent money on the wrong player at the wrong time. They were supposed to address the Harry Kane situation and throw the bus at the kitchen sink, whatever at it, to make sure that transfer went through. You always address priority signings. That's number one. Number two, in terms of Jack Grealish, do I think Man City overpaid at 100 million British pounds? Hell yes, I think they overpaid. I think obviously there's a British tax in there that's unavoidable that every team in the Premier League has to pay. Fair enough. But I would have struggled to go above 75 M's for him personally. Okay. My thing is that with Grealish at Aston Villa, last season in particular, there were moments where he looks like he had world-class ability. So the potential to actually hit that level. Not saying he is world-class, but you've seen the signs that he can hit that there. Now, my thing is that it's a bit early to be judging whether he's going to be a success at Man City or not. And after the performance in the last game, to me, it didn't really look like he knew his role or understood it properly. But then I'm going to put that down to the time that he's been at the club. It's not been enough. But my honest opinion is this, yeah, and I might get blasted for this in the comments.
It's your show. It's your show,
felt,
mate.
A part of me felt that Jack Grealish at Aston Villa was a big fish in a small pond, and that's not a disrespect to Villa. But
isn't that an opportunity? Isn't that an opportunity for him to do it?
Yes, but this is but Kenny, but wait,
yeah.
But Kenny, but this is the thing. The problem with being a big fish in a little pond is that whatever signings that are going to be made to that club, the signings and the football is going to be tailored around to fit your skill set because you are that best player. You are that maverick. You understand?
All right, yeah.
Now it's the flip side where you're in the Man City side where you've got tons of players with ability way beyond yours. And again, it's not disrespect to you. You've got time to learn. Yeah. They've been playing with better quality players. They know they've been at that top quality level for the longest. This is Grealish's first season. And stints here and there with the England squad. So it does remain to be seen. It remains to be seen if he can get a whiff at Man City, because you know this, regardless of the £100 million price tag or not, if he don't hit the ground running in a certain amount of time, someone else would be in there. They'll be like, all right.
You know what you just done? You described Scott Sinclair. Is he going to be another Scott Sinclair? Who's that guy who they bought from Everton? And he went to Sunderland. What's his name again? He's from Southport.
Oh my God!
And he went to Sunderland. He's at Sunderland now. And
it's not Fabian Delph, is it?
No, not Fabian Delph. He's kind of looks mixed race. He looks mixed race, but he probably isn't. I keep on forgetting.
I know who you're talking about. It was like, why would you sign him as well? What's this? It's that light skin.
Romer, right? Help me out here.
Romes, you must know, bro. You must know.
Romes, where are you?
Brother.
Jack Rodwell.
Yes, that's Rodwell.
It. Oh, Rodwell, the one that plays for Sunderland, the midfielder.
Yeah, that's it.
What about him?
Romes, I was saying that Jack Grealish, obviously it remains to be seen, but like I had my suspicions at Aston Villa, he was a bit of a big fish in a small pond. And with the situation like that, I was just saying to Kenny Ken that when you're that big fish in a small pond, the football is tailored around your skill set. Now that he's at Man City, where there's players with much bigger and better ability than him. That's what I'm saying. We got to see how he deals with that pressure, because the same situation happened with Raheem Sterling.
Bro,
understand that.
He doesn't need to fit in. Why are people going on? This is what I don't understand. Football is very simple, fam. You play football, fam. Football's got its own language. You understand? Yeah, Pep got his formation, rare. We knew you were signing for them a long time. Debut now. Perform against Tottenham, bro. The guy didn't do nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Look, now I'm making it's only one game, though. It's only one game, though. It's the first game.
Saying people stop making excuses with people. They know what they're doing. They know. We don't know. They know what they're doing.
You know, you're making me laugh. You know why I'm laughing, right? You're talking about Grealish, and albeit he had a very stinker-ish. Pogba's had a worldie, and Graham Souness is still not happy.
Yeah, because Graham Souness, he has an agenda with Pogba.
Yeah.
Whatever Pogba does, he just don't like. But with Grealish, he loves Grealish. Grealish had a stinker. 100M. You play against Tottenham. Show us a little something, bro. We're relying on you. You're a star man now. 100M something new in the change room. Let's go. What are you doing?
That's a statement. That's a statement price tag. When you're paying that kind of money for a player, that player is supposed to walk into your team.
What number did they give him, bro?
I don't know. I was too busy getting frustrated with Man City because Spurs played well.
He's the number 10.
That's what I mean.
Was livid.
Hey, it's a bit late down here in England, but all we'll say is that, you know, it's going to be. I think what's happened is that when you build up a championship race to be the closest thing ever, it's rarely that. And when you don't think it's been that close, you don't know. I think it's going to be. I just see it's games. I've seen it before where teams have been touted and it hasn't happened. But one thing I would say, and I would agree with you guys on, is that you've now got two players for every position, and that will probably make you harder to beat and harder to stop if you do go on a run, because of the fact that you can now cope with injuries.
No, 100%.
And that's where I can't rule it out on Chelsea, because, you know, it will break my heart if Chelsea won the league. It's nothing personal against you guys, but it's just another dagger.
It's the rivalry, yeah. It's
It's not
understandable.
even that. It's because of what Arsenal was, and seeing Chelsea, and I know it's a bit arrogant that we used to pop you every time we played you, and now all of a sudden you just gone past us as to extent that it's not even a contest.
It must be a tough pill to swallow. I'm telling you,
it's the toughest pill ever. It's the toughest pill ever. I hate your success. Your success doesn't even. It's not even irritating. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking because when I see your success, it actually makes me more angrier at the Cronkies and Arteta or anyone who's had a shit game for Arsenal.
Because they've been directly allowed this to happen.
Yeah, because we should never allow this. This is self-neglect. This is self-inflicted wounds. You should as far as an Arsenal fan, you've got no right to be this ahead of us. We should be at least competing with you in going past you. But for just to sit there and just allow you guys, and then people say, well, Chelsea got more money than us. It ain't about the money. You know, all you're doing is paying players' valuations.
And here's the thing. After signing Lukaku, do you know we're still like 1.5 in the black? We haven't touched our transfer budget yet.
Yeah, but the reason why you're 1.5 in the black is because you now run your club like a proper business to the extent that your academy is your transfer budget.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
And the transfer budget seems to be there for exceptional circumstances.
How many players back Sway on loan? The amount of money, the money got for Tammy Abraham,
40 million.
Fucking hell! Sorry, my language, but after Jesus,
Romes, what are you saying? Daylight robbery, 40 M's for Tammy Abraham.
No.
What I'm trying to say, Roms, is that Marina. Oh, can you just send Marina over to us, please? Because how she gets money out of some players.
Roms, you don't think? Wait, Roms, you don't think 40 M's is a good price tag for Tammy Abraham?
That's a great price tag
for him to go for.
He's a goal scorer, and you got to remember, the way I see it is this: Chelsea is all a relationship thing. Look, Jose still got relationship with the club, even though nothing was ill will. You understand? When the players start playing for you, you gotta go, bro. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Lampard, when the results ain't going, it's not bad, bro. You're a legend, but you gotta go. No ill will. He still got relationship with the club. That's why
I wish Arsenal had that attitude with this manager.
That's why we got the Tammy to Roma, and he's gonna mold Tammy into a player that's gonna be ready to come back on that buyback clause. You understand? He's gonna mold
even more heartbreaking to me. Hey guys, I've got to go, mate, because it's a bit late.
Yeah, it's getting late.
I just want to thank you guys. Hey, Roma, remember, mate, don't let me mistake you for that guy who got himself, who went viral. You know, brushing his teeth and it stands at Chelsea. You know what I mean? And Roma, I have to say, and I know all the people, your audience are watching. If you don't win the league this season, I'm going to be all over you. Trust me. I'm going to be like the old Bill, mate. Trust me. I'm going to stop you. I'm going to stop you for just leaving your house and wearing the wrong T-shirt, rather than stop you for the number plates of your car. I'm going to be all over you, like you're not going to have any rest.
And if we win the league, I'm going to be all over you, even though I don't need to be. Because you're Arsenal, but I will be all over you too. Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Just letting you know, man. All right, guys, I've got a chip. I'll speak to you guys soon.
On that note, thank you very much, Ken. Thanks to everybody who's listening. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and stay locked in. Thank you very much.
See you later, bros. See ya.